Yeah, so your day is like this, and it's as though there are little steps for the day, and there's obviously minutes. So if you choose to pick certain times, let me take a step back. If you choose certain times, not times, but if you choose certain focuses, such as circles, and you bring the, oh geez, I meant to push record. I'm gonna say it again. So there are times in the day, and it's like you're taking steps throughout the day, meaning like every second is a little, part of the ladder of different elements that equal a day. Um, different, parts to outline the day, right? During your waking hours. So to end, the purpose of the podcast is, first of all, in every different location that you're in, you feel different frequencies. That's something worth also mentioning. The frequencies you feel in different locations are different. So you have better frequency in some locations and worse frequency in other locations. So you just kind of can get a better flow for finding better circles, higher value circles in terms of business. If you're in higher frequency locations, you just feel better. It resonates. Sometimes you get higher frequency, higher value circles, meaning like there's more money inside of it. It's just like it relates to a higher value in market. It's a higher value idea. And a lot of it can come from different locations if there is an ability to be in the right location so that, there's a fundamental ability to be at like a better frequency. And it's good to know those things to be able to also focus on this type of situation, which this podcast is about, which has to do with making times in the day that connect with different circles that you think about on an ongoing basis. So as you're in these higher frequency locations, wherever they may be, it doesn't always have to be a high frequency location to think of something valuable, or a circle that's valuable, or a business concept or idea, or a way to develop something new and interesting for yourself interpersonally or for the outside world. Like, you can be in a low frequency location for sure. You could be doing something mundane and that can happen. But nonetheless, the purpose of the podcast is just to mention in a very simple fashion to draw a little line on a piece of paper or on your phone and put a time next to the thing that you want to address, like meaning you want to do something actionable within the same day by through the purpose of this podcast, trying to find a little something that's actionable from this by just drawing a little line on a piece of paper, which is a representation or representative of a line or a part of time in the day, and then choosing that time to go ahead and take a little action towards that circle, in the direction of that circle. Even though this sounds mundane, it's sort of interesting. It's sort of unique. It's sort of fun and dandy. Because sometimes you'll think about those things and then they'll blow away. They'll just be gone. So this is just a little something that's actionable to acknowledge all the steps in the day that occur based on like all the seconds in every minute. And those are kind of what the little pieces are of time of the day throughout the day, little steps all the way down the day. And so you choose a little step, 1 second, 1 minute, to do something actionable for each circle, if possible. Like, not just a podcast, but like whether it's subscribing to a newsletter, whether it's calling a friend to try to draw a line to more extension about this circle. And these circles, there's thousands, there's many of them all the time. So it's good to put an action to that right away, because that circle can then remain in your life more easy that way also. If it's a high value one, a high value circle, it floats to the top. If you create something actionable, create a time that connects to that action, then it's possible to continue on the path of trying to grow that circle. So you get further down the line and grow it eventually to a place of, gratification or satisfaction, to eventually grow it by keeping in line, keeping it current, keeping it flowing for the long haul, so that the pursuit can blossom ultimately. And that's, sort of the intention, to get to sort of a place of blossom. Like planting something is a very early stage, all the way through growth, and then blossom. It's a long process, in essence, in that analogy in people time. Anyway, that's all for this podcast. Thanks again, Dinky Tech. Peace. See you in a bit.